Hello, Teaquilters. Today is Saturday, December 30th, 2023, and it is 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So welcome to Teaquilts Live Sew-In Chat. So we're going to give people a minute to get in. If you're watching this and you're not a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe and then also hit the notification bell so you'll receive notifications of when I am live. And also join me over on Facebook at Teaquilts LLC. And you can share your projects and or get some answers to questions you may have. So welcome everybody. I thought I was going to have time to come in here and move some of this stuff out from doing the machine embroidery. I still have, I think I cut out a total of 6 wallets and I sewed 3. So I still have 3 more to sew. So I've got all of that stuff laying around and I want to finish that. And the reason why I was working with the wallets is because tomorrow will be a video release for how I did the wallets and all the tips and things that I use when I'm doing in the hoop machine embroidery project. So it's a long video, probably about an hour and 20 minutes. But it's a process of doing in the hoop, and I try to explain everything. I even go on my software and show you the steps of the file before you even get to your embroidery machine, because I think that's important too. So I have been busy with that. That's what I've been doing the last few days. And so yeah, that's what's going on. Trying to think, what else have I been working on? Oh, today I also had a partial day where I went to Scrap Quilting Club. I had to leave early because we had Jersey's birthday party today. Her birthday is tomorrow. She will be turning 1. It has been a super fast year. And my years have been going fast anyway, and then I was kind of skeptical about having a child. You can see how fast a child grows, and you know your time is slipping away even faster. So it's just been a fast year for me. So let's see who's all in the chat. We've got Jeff. Saw him at Scrap Club today. A lot of people are going to be saying Happy New Year's and hope you had a great Christmas. I'm going to skip all of that today. But Happy New Year to everybody. Pray you are more prosperous in 2024 than you were in 2023. Bev Dixon, Linda Denton, Maddie Barnum, Nikki B, Minnie Dula, Patricia Priest, Layton, Katie Crafts, Judy Hebert, Dee Branson, Jean Green, C. Joy Creations, Aledra Carey, Francis Jackson, Quilt Gal, thank you. She's saying her thumbs up is done. Appreciate that. We got Sue GSD, Helena Marie Carter is here. Sue says and just think, 178 days until the party of all parties begin. Girl, girl, girl. My daughter is something else. I don't know if anything can top her parties. Jason Lewis is here. Happy New Year, Jason. Jason couldn't make the party. He's out of town. But we missed you. It was, as usual, fantastic with anything that my daughter touches. So, and he says, Jersey, have a wonderful birthday. What was so funny is, Jason, I had bought Jersey the same gift that you bought her. And then as my daughter was opening up gifts, my niece bought her the exact same thing. So we all got the same thing for Jersey. We're going to keep 2 of them. And we're going to send 1 of them back. But that was too funny when the box got open. Hey, Sheila Willis. She's here as well. So I have not been in here. Well, I've been in here, but like I said, I've been recording. I've been doing other stuff. So I haven't had a chance to clean up this stuff off my desk. I got stuff everywhere. So I did not even come in here. My regular workspace is not even cleaned. And I think I need water in this iron. So let's do that first. Okay. Jason's laughing at them three same gifts. That was pretty funny. Hey, Vivian Calvi. Let's see. I did not sew these churn dash blocks together because I still got the pieces here. So this was the block. It's got strings over it. I'm not going to worry about taking it off. This is the block that I made when we last sewed on Wednesday. Whatever day that was, Wednesday. And I did not come back in here and finish sewing. Also, I probably need to put some oil on here. Let's see, I want to cut the bobbin thread. And I've got a piece of thread sitting right in the, So I don't have my cleaning stick here. See if I can get it out with this. Just to move it. Yep, that worked. Guess my oil fell off the shelf. I'm glad it fell up right. The lint, because I got the fan on, it's blowing across the room. I really need to clean this machine, but who got time for that right now? We'll just clean the top. I don't generally have too much lint in the bottom of my Bernina. Mostly I'll be up on top. Got a little drop of lint right under the feed dog. All right. Put this back together. Make sure it's not upside down. All right. Woo. So let's see. I cut the fan on because I was hot. Now I'm a little bit chilly, but I've been all day in no sleeves, okay? Really weird. Remo is here saying, hello, Miss T and Quilters. Thumbs up, show your love and support. You won't be disappointed. Subscribe. You truly won't be disappointed. Thank you, Miss Remo. Minnie Doula's here. Kevin says, hey, Miss T, love the shirt. I guess so. I came home. I washed some shirts, and I'm trying not to use any shirts that I might want to take on my trip. So I have I got like 2 or 3 Kevin the Quilter shirts. So I just decided, okay, that's a good thing. You won't need that many of those. So I'm trying to figure out which Teaquilt shirts I'm taking with me. Norma Lovelace is here. Um, Remo talking about, hello, Kevin. I got the same shirt. Deborah Quilts is here. Norma saying her rent is paid, as in she's hit the thumbs up button. Bonita Nance is in here. She talking about all the partying is over just in time for Miss T and Peeps. Bonita's birthday is tomorrow, same day as Jersey's. And so I guess she been out partying. Jersey was so wore out. She went to sleep in the car. Normally when you take her out the car, she wakes on up and then she's up. Poor little baby didn't even wake up from getting out the car. And she was pooped and out. We were talking. If you're talking and all of that, she's so nosy. She wakes up to see what's going on. You cannot talk. And my daughter said when she finally woke up, she was waking up like, where am I? Like, where are all these people? Where did all the people go? Woo-wee. But yeah, it was a fun day. It's nice. We had a lot of family there, but it's also nice that when we have this type of an event like birthday stuff, and then she invited her friends, so we get to see more people than just family. So it made it really fun. The kids showed out on how they dressed. The little girls with their Barbie themed outfits, they were just to die for. They were all so cute. They were so cute. I was just glad she didn't do like a who dressed best like Barbie contest. I was glad she didn't do that, because honey, it would have been a difficult decision and it would have been some upset little girls going home. So I was glad she didn't pull that one. She tried to teach them how to do musical chairs. Like, she started out with about, I'm going to guess and say like maybe 20 kids. And they just didn't even understand the concept. So when the first music stopped, a lot of them were left standing and just standing. And so all of them got pushed out. And it was only maybe about 4 or 5 people that understood the concept. So it was pretty funny when you have children and doing something like that. So yes. Melissa Makes Quilts is here. Remo says it's 70 people watching, but only 27 thumbs up. So go hit the thumbs up button for me, guys. I really would appreciate it. Deborah Holloway is here. Minnie saying, do you have a video of Jersey's party? I uploaded a video of Jersey's party about an hour ago. A lot of people, at least 100 of you have seen it. I got like lint or something under my nail, and I don't want to get whatever it is that I've got under my nail, which I washed my hands, so I don't know where it come from. I just want to make sure nothing gets on my white fabric. We have more video of things that happened, but I just gave you all 2 clips of the party because I just didn't want to put the whole party out there on YouTube. So, but yeah, she had it was a 4-hour party. Yeah, 12 to 4. It was a long day. Oh, she says her birthday is today, the 30th. I thought your birthday was the same day as Jersey's. Okay, Bonita, I'm sorry. Her birthday is the 30th. So thanks for correcting me, because I had that wrong. Children, let me tell you, Miss T's daughter, Steph, can throw a party. That's from Kevin. She has... The problem with my daughter is that she doesn't have a budget. There is no maximum budget. That's the problem for my daughter. Yeah. She a hot mess. I know. Bonita saying she can't believe Jersey will be won tomorrow. My brother's in here saying hi, sis, and everyone. Cynthia says good evening and happy new year to all. My brother says it was a lot of happy kids at Jersey party. Yeah, they was all over the place. When we first got in, a couple of balloons had got, leaked out of their container areas. And so you had a couple of them that were already kicking them, and they were kind of too cute, like being less than 2 years old, kicking balloons and stuff. So that was pretty funny that even the 2-year-old, less than 2-year-olds knew how to play with them balloons. Thanks everybody for the birthday wishes from Benita and Melissa. You're funny. My baby girl will be 33 tomorrow. That's Nikki. So yes, happy birthday. So yeah, I don't even know. I guess I should just put this on here so we get some heat. All right, so I think I only have 2, maybe 3 blocks sewed. So we got some sewing to do. And then we can press. And this definitely won't take me an hour. So I may end up making the front parts of my, like the insides of my bag, maybe as I'm sitting here. We'll see. We shall see. So let me know what you guys are working on. Let me know if you guys are going to do anything for New Year's Eve. I'd like to know that as well. Me, myself, I'm going to spend it, most of the day in bed. I did get one package in the mail. Let me go get it before I forget. My husband told me about it when I came in. So this package came from Deanne Palmer out of Arizona. So let's see what's going on here. I don't know if it's a retreat something or something else. I did receive a June Teller placemat kit at Scrap Club from one of the Scrap Club members as a retreat donation today as well. So thank you, Betsy, for that. I didn't bring that in here either. Let's see. Enclosed, you will find a piece of vintage batik. It's the last of the batik that I found in my mom's stash. Age of fabric, I'm not sure. Friends of my folks travel quite a bit between the late 1950s through the 80s. Maybe you can tell. I just turned the big 70 last December, so I've used some, but thought you would enjoy sewing using it. Enjoy your birthday. You're quilting for Deanne. It's not my birthday. It's Jersey's birthday, so I hope it's still okay. And I'm wondering, did this come late then? No, it's 12/21/23. So it's Jersey's birthday. My birthday is actually July 28th. But I will open this fabric. This is a scrap. And it's got the... Isn't that something? I've never seen that where they've got pictures of the fabric company and or designer. I don't know who it is on here. I definitely can't tell you how old it is. I want to see if I can look at a bigger piece anywhere. So it's all like the same width. So I'll just show you what I can this way. I like the diagonal stripe on here. It's going to be really pretty when it's put into a quilt. Matter of fact, it looked like you can just cut this up and it'll look like string blocks. Isn't that cute? Anybody ever seen this fabric before? Very pretty. So thank you, Deanne, for sending this to me. She doesn't have an A. So very nice. I would definitely use it somewhere. I might make a wallet. That's cute. Might make a one fabric wallet because it already looked like it's sort of kind of pieced. The great thing about birthdays is that no matter where you go, and they've got the Moon, London, Villicon, Paris, New York, Fredonia, you're still another year more awesome. That is cute. So thank you. I appreciate that. And it's the, I think that's the Minions. I don't watch a whole lot of cartoons, but I think that's the Minions. If not, y'all let me know. Very pretty. So thank you. Let's see. Let me go back and get the other people since I've not been in here. Janet McCarroll's here. Hubby's at the cabin. It's just me and the dog on New Year's Eve. Teresa says, yeah, T, I just wanted to say hi and have a great weekend. Thank you. Betty Ward's here. My dad is here, 90. My dad and brother is here, 91 and 88. My cousin surprised my dad to watch them talk. Oh my. Tia saying, Teresa saying she loves my hair, saying, Tia, I love your hair. Thank you. My Lamb Dance Club is having their first New Year party. I will be working on 2 log cabin quilts for my goddaughter. So that's interesting. That's cool. Joe Carmel Perkins saying hello to everybody. Just saw Jersey's birthday party video and it was fabulous. Yes. And like I said, I only showed you 2 scenes of that party. That party was moving the entire time. And then I was busy doing stuff. One part holding Jersey and then other parts I was serving food. And then trying to coordinate everything with my daughter, taking some pictures. And so it was a lot. And Kevin was there and my other friend Mary from Atlanta, she came as well. And I had us 3, we were the camera crew. So between the 3 of us, we got quite a bit. But I was mostly just taping for you guys. And then I asked Kevin on the spot. I knew my friend was going to be doing some, but she couldn't videotape and take pictures. And I have taken pictures from my videos, but I prefer to just have a straight picture. So I asked Kevin at the last minute to take pictures, and he did a great job. So thank you, Kevin, for that. And thank you, Mary. She may watch it. Who knows? But my daughter is something else. That's all I can say. Jersey didn't sleep well last night, and so long as there's people around, she does not sleep. Um, and so she actually was a little bit crabby because she hadn't had enough sleep. And then when she got in the car, she fell asleep. Now, normally when the car stops and you take her out, she wakes up. She was knocked out for about maybe an hour and a half. And then she wakes up looking around like, where are all the people? So poor little baby had a long day. Claudette Bettis is here. Hey, Claudette, welcome back to a chat. Remo's reminding people to get the thumbs up. Going to Jersey's birthday party. See you in a bit. That's Francis. So she's leaving. So the notifications, you know, sometimes you have to go unsubscribe, resubscribe, and then hit the notification bell. I know sometimes people say that they're not getting their notifications on when I'm live. That's a YouTube thing. There's absolutely nothing that I can do about that. So do know that tomorrow, I can't remember if I put it at noon, that there will be a video about the wallets, all of my tips. I've got them numbered. They pop up on the screen when I'm giving you a tip so that you know that it's not in the pattern. The tips that I'm giving you are not in the pattern. So I think it ended up being like 8 tips. I think I really had 9, but I said I'm just going to let that one slide. I was getting tired. I did not realize that that video was that long. So I was like, I thought it was like 34 minutes of raw footage. Ended up being 134 minutes of raw footage. And sister was getting tired. I was tired of listening to that video. So I was just like, okay. Hi, Ann M. T. Roberts is here. Michelle the Quilter saying that party video was great. What a beautiful little girl. Thank you. And it's Jersey walking. And Yolanda Riza is here saying hi as well. Helena Marie Carter saying I will be working on this year's Christmas quilt, next year's Christmas quilt tomorrow and New Year's. Is that what she's saying? Because I got this big old heart. Yeah, next year. So I wish I was do something like that, but I seem to be functioning in last minute mode. Okay, that's just how I'm working right now. Is Jersey walking? No, she's not. Jersey is not in daycare, so she's not around a whole lot of other kids. But she is moving. She's scooting, crawling, not like on all. She gets on all fours, but she hasn't quite figured out how to go forward. She does a lot of going backwards, and we put her in walker as well, and she moves the walker backwards. I would say, I've told you all, and you all probably thought I was joking, but I've told you all that Jersey is a princess, and for like 9 months, she wouldn't even hold a bottle. She wants to be fed so that she can enjoy her feed, and she wants her ankles crossed or her one foot on top of the other knee. She wants to have her hands out here just enjoying the fact that she's getting this great milk. And she has just been a true princess, and try to put her hand on the bottle, she take the bottle back. You know, then you just leave it for a minute saying, let's see if she gets it. She doesn't get it, so she's getting fussy and crying, and after so long, you got to feed the child, you know. So Jersey was born as a princess. And so I have never seen a more relaxed child in my life. And I have never seen a kid that crosses their feet and ankles, like her ankles, and she'll put one foot on her knee and just like in chill mode. I have never seen a kid more chilled in my entire life. So she is now to the point where she holds her bottle. Well, she's been doing it for, I guess, the last 3 months, I guess. But it took her a long time to do that because she's a chill child. And so having you feed her was where her comfort zone was. That's where she was her best person. She didn't want to hold her own bottle. So now she gets hungry. She knows she's hungry now, for real. And so now she will hold it. She, so therefore, even when we put her on her feet were toys to her. They were not anything that she was supposed to use or put down or put any type of pressure on. And even though we kept trying it anyway, she just was in her own. And my feet, she would just collapse everything. You weren't going to stand her up. I remember the first few times, like maybe the first month of us putting her in the walker. I mean, she just had a hissy fit, but she was in there anyway, okay? The first times, even when we were putting her on for tummy time, she didn't like being on her tummy because that was not chill mode for her. So Jersey is just a different little princess, and she's just now getting into the other stuff. Now, Steph has another friend that has like I think she might be nearing 2, but she was telling Steph to bring her over to her house because Jersey is not going to daycare. So she wants Steph to let Jersey come to her house with her children. She's got 2 young children, and she's got a girl that's right around about to turn 2 maybe. And so she was saying that seeing other kids moving around and got toys and stuff like that, that she started moving. So that's a good thing. And that's the reason why she's not walking, because she's not in daycare. She's not around other children. But her doctor isn't concerned, and he understands that she's home by herself. She's talking. She can tell you when she's happy and not happy. She sings. She hums. And she can't say the words of the song, but she's humming that song. She likes clapping. She likes making noises. Sometimes it's at inappropriate times, but hey, it's a kid. That's what they're supposed to do. But so she's doing very well, considering that, she's not in daycare. Carla Battle is here. Welcome. T. Roberts is announcing the Missouri Star Quote Company Christmas box 2024. I think they have it like $10 cheaper. It's going up again. So if you want this year's price on the box, then you need to order it, I think, by the 31st. I've already ordered the box since so many of you all said yes, continue to stash or pass. So I've already ordered the box. And I'm on the list for 2024. So thank you, T, for that. I forgot to mention that. Silverita James is here. Melissa says, my hubby just raised my cutting table 10 inches. I want to go use it and cut fabric on it now, but I have to clean because guests are coming tomorrow. Yeah. Kenneth Show M is here saying hi. Sharon Lewis is here saying her rent's paid. Thank you, Sharon, and welcome to the chat. Sue Allen is here saying Happy New Year, everyone. Love the birthday party. Thank you. And I think you're the one that won the Stash or Pass box. I did mail it the next day, Thursday. And I hadn't been back to the mailbox until, no, I didn't go back. I haven't been back since Thursday. My husband went today because I forgot all about it. Well, I wasn't going to be able to go anyway because I had scrap club and then the birthday party. And our post office is only open from like 9:30 to 3 on Saturdays, which is weird to me because people work and you would think they have more hours on Saturdays since people are now at home, but that's not how it works. Minnie says she's finished her quilt top ironing the border. Please check your hobo. Check your what? Your hobo section has an indecent pic seen in it today. If you report something that you see, I sometimes think that people have been spammed and you're getting it because I had somebody else tell me that there was some picture in the group, but when I went into the group, there wasn't a picture. So if you ever see something in there that shouldn't be there, then report the photo. So then it'll send me a link to go look at it. Otherwise, when I go searching for it, because I have my notifications on my group and I didn't see that, but I will double check to make sure. And I'm not even sure. And she's saying your hobo section. I don't know what hobo is because I don't. Are you talking about boho heart? And that's the group. I think it was somebody else. I think they had been spammed. Sue says that their post office is closed on Saturday and closed early during the week. OMG. So I don't even know how you get stuff done if you work. I guess you have to use your lunchtime. And some companies don't let you leave the premises on your break. So that's weird. So I'm just sitting here reading, not sewing a stitch. We're not going to ever get rid of these churn dash blocks. And that is not what I want. I want these sewed. They're so easy to sew. Let's get these out the way. Somebody posted in the Facebook group that they had done a churn dash block. My churn dashes are 8 inches and theirs were 12, so it was pretty cool to see that. Yeah, I think the post office is one of those businesses that still don't have enough staff. Um, it just seems like when I go into my post office sometimes, like other days, you can get 3 people working. You'll have the supervisor in the front. You'll have 2 people checking people out, and we have a third register area, but the register has been broke for so long. I don't know why they don't have money to fix the register, so it's just out. I don't understand what's up with that. So we only got 2 people that can check you out, no matter how many people are in line. So that's our first problem. And then we've been having, you got 2 people up front, and then somebody wants to go on vacation or somebody calls in, then guess what? We got 1 person up front. So I think the post office must be having issues. And then sometimes you can get people to answer the door so that you can do like mail pickup, or like when I have packages in my P.O. box that's too big to go into my P.O. box, then I have to hold on, make sure. I have to go up to the door and ring the bell for them to get my mail. Sometimes I can get people to come, sometimes I can't. Ended up finding out them same people, now that they don't have enough staff, I don't know if they purposely downsize or they just can't get people to hire, but the person who answers the phone when you call about your mail is the same person that answers the door. So if they're on the phone and they only got 1 person to do that, so if they're on the phone dealing with somebody on the phone, they definitely can't come answer the door. So you can be standing at that door for 20 minutes if you got somebody on the phone that's not, hanging up, because they got their issues. That's why they're calling. So, yeah, it's a lot. And I don't know, I don't work there, so I don't know what the issues or the solutions are. I do have a niece that works for a post office. She said they have some of the same issues. So, I don't know. And I like most of my post office staff. One of them retired. I was a little mad at her. I did make her a quilt, but I was still mad at her. But she was the one that helped me a lot when I first, done the business stuff. And she helped me figure out what was the best way to mail things. And I didn't realize that, you have to, after you weigh it, you want to see what's the best how to best send a package for the cheapest rate. It's like, OM to the G, this is too much. But she was patient, walked me through it all, and every time a different situation came up, she helped me with that. So she retired last year. She's been retired over a year. Because I think she said she wasn't working Christmas when it was coming back around. So she retired about a year ago. I was happy for her and mad at her. Oh no. I don't think I pressed this one either. I want to press seams. Has this one been pressed? Yes. Waiting on my yarn to heat up, so. Oh, I'm pressing it the wrong way. That's my first problem. It's easier to press away from all the rectangles. Miss T, it was 3 years ago. We were having our own retreat in my studio. Time flies. Yes. Yes, it does. Well, yes, it does. That was for you, Kevin. Oh my goodness. So they got one worker. Huge staff shortage at United States Postal Service here in Washington. Advertising for help at $20 an hour. That's what I said. I said it has to be. You know, we've been having shortages in all areas in the Missouri area. Shortages everywhere. And I just believe that, you know, the post office is part of it too. So there's just nothing you can do if nobody wants to work. Everybody wants to take what don't belong to them. So yeah, nobody wants to work. And I think some of these parents are scared of their kids because there's no way I would let a kid that's out here stealing come back to my house. But you know, they'll do to something bad to the parents. They don't care. Completely out of control. So all right, I'm not gonna be able to get two of these on the board because it's too big in a row, but there you go. All right, so we're gonna turn this over. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means I got 8 more to do on the other side. So let's get them done. Let's see. Rose Hinton's here. Melody Kiefer. Peggy O'Connor. She says, I'm sewing along with you tonight. Awesome, awesome. Barbara Kate is here. Oh, Lordy, here she goes. That was just for you, Kevin. I am tired, but I'm not that tired, I don't think. But we'll see. Ooh-wee. Denise Rose says, have you tried pirate ship to ship packages? Much better rates, shipped through all carriers. No, I haven't. I don't know anything about that. Pirate ship to ship. Nope. I don't. The problem is I'm a small business, so like I have packages that I'm receiving and packages that I'm sending. But you have to be a person that has a very high volume. Like stamps.com doesn't really do a whole lot for me. So yeah, when I'm doing packages, like if I'm doing kits, like I cut so many kits, and then I'm sending out stuff a lot right then. So I might be sending out 30 to 40 packages at a given time, or when I'm doing like a fabric haul or something like that, when I'm selling the African print fabrics. But on a regular daily basis, I might only have, say, 2 to 3 packages that I'm shipping on a day-to-day basis. And then some days I don't have to go to the post office at all. And so it's not like I'm a high volume shipper. And then my problem is not shipping out so much as it is getting my packages from my P.O. box. So I don't know if that would help that issue, but I don't know anything about it, so I can't really say. Because I also would have to have people use that for me to receive my mail. So, how does that work? My post office used to be open 24 hours, 7 days a week, the lobby, so that you could get your mail. And then I think they just had a couple of instances where some homeless people had come in there, or just any people. I don't really think they were homeless. You know, people were just doing dumb stuff. And so somebody went in there and probably had a little mini party of their own and left trash and stuff everywhere. So now they lock the doors when they go. We no longer have 24-hour access to our P.O. box. And that is just because of, you know, a few people messed it up for everybody. So Harriet Susan Franklin is here. Nikki B says, amen, Miss T, I agree. The blue and white looks good. Thank you, Rose. Like I said, these are the plainest blocks I've ever made in my whole quilting career. I am just using them for a backdrop for people that don't know. They're going to be a header of a backdrop. So I'm hoping it looks cute. I'm going to quilt it up and see what I have. Remo is reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you, Remo, for the reminder. I forgot. Hi, Kim R. She says, good evening, quilters. Silverita, what size are your blocks? My blocks are 8 inches finished. 2-inch finish, half square triangles. 4-inch finish, center square. 1x4 rectangles on the white and blue. T, do you have any fabulous patterns left? Probably 1 or 2. I can't remember how many. I think it's 4664, includes the pattern and the Facebook group when I created. I was trying to not be, wait till I come back and do all of that stuff. I don't know. I haven't created the groups yet. But Denise says you don't have to be high volume. My quilt shop uses them. I don't know about receiving. Maybe worth checking out. Okay. Yeah, because I've never heard of Pirate Shipping Company. And sometimes, like when I'm sending stuff and I really don't want it to get lost, like customers' quilts that I quilt for them, I actually use UPS. I have a station that's close to me. The post office and the UPS, if I go left, I go to one. If I go right, I go to the other. So it's in the same spot. So sort of, kind of. They're about 2 miles probably from each other. Maybe 3 max. If I'm pushing it. So it's not too far. It just depends on which way I need to go. And some days I gotta go to both. Says it does. I will send you. Okay, Helena. Joyce Sterling is here saying good evening, everyone. Welcome to the chat, Joyce. Appreciate it. Kevin's giving you my email address, except that it won't put the .com part on it for you. But it's basically Teaquilts at teaquilts.com. Thank you, Kevin. I am going to chill. Tomorrow's going to be a chill day. I'm going to make myself not do anything. I'm going to sit down with my remote control and just watch any and everything on YouTube, Netflix, whatever I find. I am going to be chilling. I've been doing so much. I was all Friday, I was with my daughter. We were at the mall. Shopping, but not really. She got some stuff. I got a few things. We really didn't go crazy, but looking, I was trying to see what was out for my trip and stuff like that. I replaced all my makeup just because I wanted to. I hadn't done it in a while, and you should only use it for a year, they say, but I had it longer than that. You know, just a little impromptu visit to the mall, and now I know I need to start packing my stuff to see what is it that I need. So I was just kind of eyeballing stuff to see what they had in the stores, so I know what I need. My problem is that I don't want to take a lot of long sleeve shirts because I get hot all the time. So then that means that I need to I'm looking at shrugs. I'm thinking about like taking 3 different colors of shrug, so I have something I can throw over me if I get just a little chill, but I'm mostly hot all the time. Unless they got that AC cranked up really high. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm taking on my trip. So that's my January 1st. I'm pulling out the suitcase. And then I'll start making my list. So I won't be doing a whole lot of quilting. The people between the cruise line and then the lady that we set this up through for the quilting part, I got like 5 emails in one day. I'm like, I'm sick of y'all. All this, you know, stuff, not last minute, but you know, they're reminding you all of this. Got all these checklists, boarding passes for this. Here is your itinerary for that. And it's just a lot. I'm like, I'm busy. It's Christmas. Ooh-wee. think we're almost getting there. One more left after this one. And then we just have to press. Good night, June. Good night, Vivian. Denise says you have no choice of using United States Postal Service. You have the choice. I don't know what you're trying to say of using those. Pirate Ships allows you to ship through them to get discount. They explain. Okay, so you still are using them. Okay. And see, I ship through PayPal because PayPal, like when you all purchase from me, I need to ship through PayPal so that the customer client agreement is intact when it's a package. Sometimes stuff just gets emailed, you know, or it can be sent with a stamp. But I have to ship via PayPal because if you're saying that you didn't get something that I said I sent, then it only can be, you can only put in a conflict resolution with PayPal if both of us stay true. That's why I try to tell people to make sure that your address is correct, because when I change your address and then you don't get your package, PayPal's not going to guarantee your order. You're just out there. So it's just another one of those little safety things that PayPal have when you're buying from somebody online, especially when you don't know who they are. You want to make sure you get your product. T, when do you leave for your cruise? She leaves on January 2nd. I'm leaving my cruise is January 13th through the 30th. T, have you seen the Prime movie, The Fabric of Christmas? Is kind of like a Hallmark Channel movie. Cute. Have you seen the Prime movie? I have not been on Amazon Prime. I normally go over there because, like, normally the week something new is out at the movies. They normally have it on Prime as well. But I have not been on Prime looking at movies. I haven't really been doing a whole lot of watching because I have been so busy, but I will try it. It's got quilts in it. The Fabric of Christmas. You have a choice of UPS. Oh, so you still have a use of which one? I'm just a customer, no affiliation. Okay, so you do still have a choice. Okay, because when I saw the no, I'm like, you don't have a choice or you do have a choice? So that's good. Because I wouldn't want to go to a shipping company that would take my stuff and then send it to UPS and them anyway, and then take a quilt and ship it United States Postal Service when I wanted to go UPS. Because yeah, I feel better with UPS delivering my packages when it's a quilt in there than the post office, because I've heard too many horror stories from quilt designers, like famous people that have like shipped their lectures to quilt guilds ahead of time, and then their boxes never showed up. And I'm like, okay, how do you give a lecture without your stuff? So, and of course, nobody knows anything. So, Siparita says, that sounds like a plan, chilling and relaxing on the eve of a new year. Yes, that's my goal. Sharon said, have lots of fun doing your cruise. Thank you. And you too, Sharon. Have fun. I'm just hoping, you know, I've always been on like 4 or 5 day cruises, and I've always, like, when it's time to get off, it's like, I don't want to leave, you know, it ended too fast, blah, blah, blah. And I'm hoping that 18 days, I'm not ready to pull my hair out of my head, okay? The great thing is it's going to be like going to a quilt retreat, because we have 4 days out that we are going to be 4 days out that we're going to be quilting. And then if I'm not mistaken, 5 days back in that we'll be quilting. because you know how you go to the first one and then as you're working your way around the islands, I think it's another day to get back on the other side to bring us back. So I think it's 5 days. So it'll be like a quilting bee. We'll have all kinds of classes. I have a class every day. And then, so that should be interesting. So we'll see. It's the first time for everything. I have never been on a ship this long. Sue has a cruise January 7th, so getting ready now. So that's cool, Sue. Have fun on your vacation, Sharon. How is your cat doing? You know, today both my husband and I were not here to do 3 o'clock feeding. So I got home about 4:45 maybe. And I called little Kitty, and Kitty did not show up. So I don't know where Kitty is. I went back out about 5:30, and then I went back and looked right before I went live to see if I could get Kitty to come. So Kitty is hunkered down because, you know, it gets colder at night. He doesn't sleep in his cat house during the night, and I fully understand why, because if a raccoon came to get him, there's no other way for him to get out. I feel like Kitty is either under my tarp for my deck stuff, or he's under the neighbor's deck next door, because she has had a dog and she has like a dog hole for the dog to get in and out from under the deck. So I feel like the kitty is under the deck, but you know, cats sleep a lot. So I think the cats sleep under the deck somewhere and has just missed dinner today. So I feel bad for Kitty. Sue says, I'm so happy that you have this opportunity to pamper yourself. Yeah, this is, you know, it's an expensive thing. It doesn't sound like it's expensive initially, but then it's like, if you're going to go to all these islands, and I doubt that I will ever go back to Hawaii again, just because it is one of the more expensive places for eating and stuff like that. You know, like basic foods being like 5 times, 10 times what they would be worth here in the States. So it's not like I would ever probably go back to Hawaii unless it was like a near free trip and I was only just feeding myself maybe. Then maybe I would do it then. But to me, it was a more economical way for me to go to Hawaii. So I've scheduled a lot of excursions because I'm like, when am I going to go back? It's not like I can... You know, if you come to a Teaquilts retreat and we're in the St. Louis area and you go, I didn't go to the St. Louis Zoo, which is a nice zoo, by the way, and it's free for you all, by the way. The taxpayers pay for the zoo here. So, and then on the out, when you're coming in or out, you know, we have like donation box, but technically a lot of things in St. Louis are free that are very nice. And, you know, I just don't want to miss the opportunity of going to see something that I might want to see once in a lifetime thing, because I have a feeling I'm not going back. I would rather go somewhere else than to go back at this point in my life. I'm getting older, so it's like, it's so many other places I want to go to. So, Joyce says, sounds like heaven. I hope it is. Deborah saying good night. Hope you feel better. She's not feeling good. And thank you so much. So my mom and I are cruising April 1 through the 12th. That's Nikki. So that sounds like they're going to have fun. And I think that's it for right now. So, of course, my iron's not on. By the time, I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And we can press all of these seams too. And this is 9 blocks. The other 3 have been pressed. I'm so sleepy, I don't know what to do with myself. But as soon as I cut the light off, guess who's wide awake? Isn't that crazy? I was watching one of the YouTube, and it was like just somebody talking about a particular topic. And so I called myself listening. They were actually in the car talking about it. And I realized I had dozed off for just a few minutes. And it's like I was not trying to go to sleep this close to going live. So it was like my body was like, girl, you're not supposed to go to sleep. And so I jumped up. And I knew I wasn't asleep that long because this conversation topic had not changed. Like they were going through various different topics. But that particular topic hadn't changed. But I can't tell you how many minutes I was asleep, though. Cruise sounds like a great time. I hope so. See, I want to do some other stuff. I want to go to Italy. I want to go to Australia. I want to go to Africa. So it's some other places I want to go. So I doubt if I'll go back to Hawaii. But it was on my bucket list, so it's now getting knocked off. I haven't even been to Alaska. My friends did a cruise. I was working at the time. And it's been a long time ago. And when they scheduled it, I just didn't have the money at the time because I had some other stuff going on. Didn't have the money to spend. I wish I would have done it anyway, but I didn't. I wish I would have just made it work. But I'm one of them people that I like to have a security nest in place, so, not just take the last money and go. So it was kind of like a last minute plan because you know how if something doesn't get filled and then their prices will reduce for that so that they can get it filled. And it was kind of one of those things, and then I missed that. But I think I spent more money on this one because I had plenty of time to plan it, though. Because I started not to do a whole lot of excursions. But I'm like, but I want to see something when I go. So it's like, go ahead and do it. A lot of it is like tourist traps. I'm not planning on like buying any fabric because I talked to Eric Oda, Treasure Heart Creations. And he was saying it's just the same fabric that's from the States that's shipped over there, and you're going to pay more for it because it's been shipped. So, because of how it, you can only get it there a certain way. So I don't plan on buying something unless it's just the prettiest piece of fabric and I can't leave it in Hawaii. If they have some scrap bags or something like that, I might buy something like that. But I don't really plan on buying a lot of fabric. Let me press this out. I think my other end got moved doing sewing. I'm lucky if I go to Dupo. Girl. So, oh my goodness. Nikki says, OMG, I love Alaska. I will go back. Yeah, and I want to do, I want to also go into Vancouver and knock that off my list too, because I want to go to Alaska and Vancouver. But I would have to go to all of that in the summer, okay? Because I ain't trying to get cold. I remember, my first time going to Chicago in the month of June, I was going to a baseball game, and we had hotel rooms downtown so we could walk everywhere downtown. And once we got there, because we would take the train because the train station was downtown. If you go to the airports, then you still had to, it was a good little chunk of ride, airport, taxi to get to the downtown staying areas. So we took the train because it was very close to our hotels downtown, closer than the airports anyway. And then we took Chicago's transportation system, the L and things like that, to the games and stuff like that. Everything was fine. And then, no, it wasn't fine because we get there. We got the plan, right? We got it all planned out. And then we get there in June. It was cold as heck. And it was so many people out there. Even the homeless people had mink coats. Whether they were real or not, didn't matter. Everybody had on mink coats. And I'm up here with, it was June. It was hot in St. Louis. So I went with my short sleeve Cardinal shirts, and anything else that I was wearing was mostly like short sleeve clothing. Not even 3/4 length sleeves. And then I go into the stores, we're downtown. All the stores downtown. You wouldn't believe what you pay for a coat in June. It's like, absolutely not. So I ended up buying a Chicago sweatshirt. And the sweatshirt ended up being my coat. I was freezing the whole time I was in Chicago. I am not playing with Chicago. I would never move there. It's too cold. It's like, OMG. Now, I have gone to Chicago. We did this for about maybe 5 or 6 years straight, where the first weekend in December, I say first Friday, but we would take a train on a Friday and go to Chicago for the first week in December. We watch all the Christmas lights that they decorate on the store windows. And then we did, some Christmas shopping. We looked for deals. I like the Nike store in downtown Chicago. It's set up. It's this big building. You think it could be like mini stores, but it's just Nike. And then they've got different shoes on different floors. You get more choice of shoes, custom-made shoes. And I'm sure this was years ago, so I'm sure it's even more impressive because they had to come up with something else, because I'm sure you can go online and order custom shoes now. But what I really liked about them was it was like a tailor system. So you order your shoes and you think it's going to take them a minute to go get these shoes. No, they come through, like you put your money, your credit card, and say you want to cash a check into the little money thing, and you put it into the drive-through bank thing, and then it goes over to the people. Well, they put the order in on the computer, and this stuff was coming through this system like that. And so it was just amazing to me. But I enjoyed Nike store, and I enjoyed Panasonic. Panasonic has whole room setups, demo room setups, showing you how you can use all their different products in your room. And this was long time ago stuff that's coming out within the last 5 years. I seen long time ago in Chicago area. People have got money, been seeing this stuff long time ago. Some of the stuff we're just getting a hold of. So, but yeah. Good night, Remo. Good night, Sibarita. We went to AK in August, so you're going around the solstice, so that's pretty cool. It says it was about 55 to 60. Hi, Gwen Bess. How are you? Haven't seen you in a minute. Bees Val says hi from Chicago. Of course, somebody from Chicago will pop in. That is too funny. Let me see what the heart is covering. Let me see. Oh no, come back and bring a coat. Right. I'm like, who would think that you need your coat out in June? But if you're going to Chicago, and especially if you're in the downtown area, you better have that coat. I can tell you that. Now, it took us about maybe our 3rd year in Chicago to realize that if you're like extremely cold where it's unbearable on one side of the street, try crossing the street. So the Windy City is no joke, and it made a big difference when we crossed the street. But I remember the first couple years I went to Chicago, I was not playing with Chicago doing the Christmas shopping things. I wore 2 pair of long johns every day. Okay, I was not playing because we wanted to go out and see stuff. We didn't want to be inside because it's freezing. But you figure out how to cope when you're in Chicago. And like I said, the homeless people even had mink fur coats or whatever they were, fur coats on. I don't know if they were real or not, but they had them, okay? And I'm walking around in a t-shirt, okay? Yeah. You're giving me the travel bug. That's A&M. And Cynthia says, yes, Chicago is cold. I knew once I start talking about them, I said, they going to come out the woodwork then. But yeah, so I necessarily don't like this part of the Midwest. Like, if I can move somewhere, but I'm going to stay because I don't want to get any colder. And I can't handle it if I get too hot. Isn't that crazy? OMG. I couldn't deal with 90 degrees all the time. That's just too much. And I, like Arizona has hot points, but there are places in Arizona that, is even cold in the wintertime. So it just depends on where you are in Arizona too. I do realize that, but yeah, I don't think I could live in Arizona either. Good night, Judy. Thank you for watching. I got 45 minutes. OM to the G. I'm going to put this in here. I might cut out a bag because I think it's wide enough to do that. So that at least I have something to show this fabric. And it's already on a diagonal. I think that'll be really pretty. But that's for another day. Come to South Carolina. We have all seasons in one day. That's what happens here in Missouri sometimes. We have it too every once in a while. And that's when I get sick, though. On the days, like, when it's changing like that. I have to see if I've got Deanne's email and email her. Because my birthday was in July. Just to make sure it's okay. Oh, I love living in Southern California. It's nice and hot most of the time. I was born in Northern California, but prefer Southern California. Okay. Woo, I need to go to bed, I guess. Cancel. Cut this iron off. I don't need that. So I got the churn dash blocks all done. Now I need to, I can't remember what I cut the fabric like. I cut panels and put like 2.5 panels together. So I have to see what the width of that is to see what my spacer needs to be. So that's my next step. And Sue says, I also have to have a season where the mosquito dies. That's been so weird to me because it seems like every year they're just worse and worse. And we got cold enough last year, I felt like, and we're cold right now. We haven't been cold up until this week or so. But yeah, I would like that too. But they don't seem to be dying. It's like, I don't know how those. It seemed like I got a tree in my yard. I have to hang a mosquito thing in there in order to keep them from bothering me when I go out on my deck. It's not in my yard. It's more in a little triangle that's nobody's property along fence lines. And it's just a little section that grows wild trees. And it's always a lot of flies in there. It's like, goodness gracious. And talking about she almost got on the wrong plane trying to go to a cruise. Oh my goodness. Gotta get the tape dispenser. Okay. Find one of these. I want to do this one with the orange on the back. I'm just going to do the fronts. You'll see why in my video. I'm not going to do the whole thing. Joyce is asking, T, what machine has that large hoop? This is a Baby Lock Elissimo. It has, I use on this machine for the most part 5x7, 6x6, 8x8, 8x12. That's the largest size hoop you can use on this machine. 8x12. With Baby Lock, it has like a border on the inside that you can't stitch up next to. And the 5x7 really wasn't made for the Elissimo. So when I tried using the 5x7 hoop for the size that I should be using for this design, it was so close up to the edge, and a couple of times it bumped my mark that tells it where center is. And so that's why I just went ahead and started using my 8x8 hoop instead of using the 5x7. But you technically should be doing this with a 5x7 hoop, and I talk about that in the video as well. I have those too to keep them away from the house. Oh yeah. Because at first I had them on my deck. Like I have hanging plant pot holders, whatever. I don't know what you call them. But I have those on all corners of my deck. And so at first I had them hanging there, but what it did was it brought even more flies to me because they were coming to that. And so then they had to actually find it. But in the interim, if they found me first, then they came to me. So I learned that I had to put them on my fence, hang them in the trees. And I don't even have a tree, but I hang them in a neighbor's tree, hang them on the fence, hang them wherever I can hang them. so that the flies stay that way, and I found it really works. And I can have like a swarm of flies in a tree where you can see them all over the place, and then I put one of those things out, and I come back out the next day and it's gone. Even in a matter of hours, a lot of the flies are inside the bags. You can make your own. I just go ahead and order them off Amazon, and they kind of costly, but you know, you gotta do something, because they are not playing. Isn't the mosquito the state bird in Wisconsin? And well, they all need to stay in Wisconsin. I don't want any parts of them. That's funny. Good night, Sue. Going to call it a night. Have a happy new year and a fantastic time on your cruise. Yes, I plan. I'm hoping. I think the thread broke. I heard it. I heard it. I gotta back you up. Well, not really, because it's gonna top stitch over it anyway. Well, I still might want to back it up. I heard it break. Let me feel and see if my needle is sticky. Sometimes when needle goes through interfacings and stuff, they get a little tacky, especially if it's a fusible, whether you fuse it or not. Cool Gal said, where did you get that gigantic tape dispenser? It's for, I think, 1-inch masking tape. I got it off of Amazon. I searched a few of them and then ended up buying this one. Let me see. I think it comes from Amazon. I'm just making sure. I don't want to be telling tall tales. I guess I could have just searched for it. I'll give you a link. I found it. I gotta get back in YouTube. Here you go. Hold on. night, Kevin. A lot of people going to bed. We all tired. Trying to make sure I get all this tape off of here. Okay. I'm just going to press it so it can sew again. Good night, Michelle. Jacqueline Mason, hello. Welcome to the chat. Appreciate you commenting. She says, just a quick speak. Not sewing tonight. Started my 2024 declutter. Have a great evening. Yes. Joy says, good night, everyone, as well. And Happy New Year. So, yes. Cool girl talking about Amazon is my Santa, and my son runs the computer and runs the lines. Gotta keep him in a job. Laughing out loud. Okay. Need to pull this off. So I can pull this zipper in. CGR Creation saying good night. Good night. Sue says good night. So good night to you. Carl Green saying good night. A lot of people leaving out. I got 3 more of these bags cut out that I just need to, well, I don't need to. I want to sew them. I guess I do sort of kind of, and I don't. I want to, okay, we can leave that. I want to cut off this extra zipper just so that it's not hanging out here. That's all. No, I don't. I want to put a backing on here too. It just felt funny. I wanted to make sure. The thread is so short, I can't even hold on to it. I don't know why it cuts the thread so short when it's, you know, not very thick. Like if I don't have batting. Eleanor Williams says, do you have a tutorial for beginners, especially measuring and cutting? Probably not. I can't think of a video where I do. If I've been doing so many videos, it probably would have been in some very early videos, but I can't really say for sure. I'm going to take this off just so I can trim this fabric down on the back. I don't want it. They cut it a very oversized, and I don't like it that big. It's not necessary, so I trim it down. Otherwise, I could have just continued. This little tape want to stay. I must have got to a part of the tape that's very, very sticky. When I put them on my quilt blocks and try to number my rows and stuff, you know, the tape seemed like it wants to come up. Not now. Okay. And I'll leave the two bottom corner pieces. I just want the tape off the top where I trimmed it. Goodness gracious. All right, we'll leave the corners on. Got tape stuck to my hands now. If I wanted masking tape to stick like this, it wouldn't. Just need a placement line for my pockets. Good night, Nikki. Joe Carmel says she made it home after my last shift in 2023. Girl, you don't have to work tomorrow. Weren't you lucky? Lucky, lucky. Lucky, lucky. I think all these little small pieces I can just stack on themselves so I can take them off later. So anybody do any sewing tonight? I don't think many people said what projects they were working on. Everybody chilling? Cooking dinner for tomorrow or New Year's Day, depending on if you're having a party or not. Let me know who eats black-eyed peas on the 1st. I actually don't. That is actually, I could eat black-eyed peas, but that is my least favorite bean. It's my least favorite. I eat all of them though, but that's my least favorite. Oh, Ann's quilting. Okay. And Sue says, no, I made some curtains for a friend. So that was different and nice. I don't remember having all these issues with pulling this tape up before. So I'm wondering if it's just a particular spot in the tape. Ugh. We'll come back to you. Pull up the other side first. This is ready to be taken out of the hoop. This part. All right. So that's one front, one inside. I'll show that in a second. I'm gonna hoop another piece of stabilizer and do the exact same thing. I need a bigger surface here, or move my press mats. If I move the press mats, it'll be fine. Maybe not. I got this mat here now. I got these extra boards up here too, because I got all these design walls up here with different pieces on them. All right, but at least that's better. Take that out. I made it too loose. Off until her birthday. Oh my goodness. Congratulations. That's Joe Cormel. Betsy says she's working on Pennies from Heaven. Sue says, got them finished before I came online. Okay, so she got her projects done. Sheila, you know I'm working on the double wedding ring quilt, trying to get ready to quilt. So that's cool. And then Ann says, yes to black-eyed peas. Yum. So yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna tear off this stabilizer the tearaway so that I can sew these units together across the top and bottom to save the product. So I just tear it across, save this, and then I'll zigzag stitch these back together. And then the sides, I just go ahead and pitch. You could save those two if you want, but I'm going to pitch them. So this is what I just took out of my hoop. It's the inside with the two pockets here. And then the zip pocket here that opens, and I got my zipper in the middle. You got to remember to keep your zipper in the middle while you're working on it. And so I'm not going to do the next step right now. I'm actually just going to clip it back together because that's the second hooping. And I'm just doing all the one hoop so I don't have to keep pulling up the file over and over. I think I want to do that one. I got my nerve. I want to do the one that I think is prettier than the other first. Now this is a short zipper. I don't normally use the short zippers first. I mean in here, but long as it's past my line, I'll be okay. Might need one more long piece in here. I'm glad I'm finished with this quilt from my sister. First time I had to trying a throw size and turn into full size, having to be creative is hard for me. Sheila says, I watched Rose City Original. He made it look easy to put together. I like that he puts rings together. United says, I was given a 13 by 13 wool rug. Samples. The heart's covering it up. And I'm trying to be sustainable by turning it into a bag. Now that'll be really good. 13 by 13 is pretty good. So that's cool. Okay. Got my 4 corners for the back piece now. All right, large piece up at the top. I like to small piece at the bottom. Oh. It could have bit me. I have to see if this is under the, I hope it's under the sew line. Embroidery arm wasn't all the way down. Didn't quite make the tape over here, so I got to be really careful when you jump over. Okay. Scared me. All right, want to move that tape so we can stitch on some of this. Let me take this off because I got to remove the center tape. There is no need because it's not going to jump over. I just like to tape it so that it doesn't move or pucker in the middle. And does anybody do hand quilting on a wood frame anymore? I don't. I never. I used to use like a lap one, but not like the big floor kind. But I hate hand quilting. It was not relaxing for me. I was just stressed out at how much I had left to do. It was very crazy. And I've always done bed quilts, so I can fully understand why. But make sure. So anybody can tell what their favorite Christmas present was that was quilt related? I don't know. I had a lot that was like quilt related. Maybe a gift card for money. Well, gift card, because I can go buy what I want, maybe. That would be probably mine. I don't get a whole lot of like quilty gifts because like the quilty gifts that I got, they weren't like quilt related. I don't know. Okay, I got to get my zipper in. My zipper pull. And then retape it back. All right. My thread broke over the zipper again. Every once in a while it hits that zipper just right And that thread will break, and it got caught up in the mechanism too. In the I don't want to just pull it. Let's see. It is mad. This is a piece of mad thread. It might be still stuck in there. This machine will definitely tell me if it is. It'll say it's not threaded correctly. See? Then the embroidery comes to a screeching halt. Ann says that when I tried it years ago, I could never achieve the precision expected. Me either. I never liked my hand quilting stitches. And I did it on like 2 or 3 bed quilts when I first started. And that was all the patience I had for it. I was done. Mandy says she got her AccuQuilt, so that's cool. That's a nice gift. Tried hand quilting a couple of times a couple of years ago, but never completed it. But I want to try again this year. That's Joe Carmel. And says, I'm looking to rehome a large wooden floor frame. OM to the G, girl. Sue says, mine was winning the items from you from Missouri Star Quilt Company. Christmas items you passed on. So that's cool. That's awesome. Joe says, nephew bought me a fat 8-pack of Sunprint by Allison Glass, and I love all the colors, so that's cool. And Bonita says, fabric, earrings, money, and this heart. Oh, did I say fabric? See, I had a shorter zipper on here, so I don't have to trim that off. Good night, Gwen. Oh, Patty got a shape cut ruler. That's pretty cool, especially if you never had one before. And it does help with speed cutting, like cutting squares. I used to do that when I didn't have my AccuQuilt system, my die cutting. That's what I used before, was that type of cutting system, especially scraps. You can still cut scraps with that. So that's cool. Hi, Virginia Oglesby. Happy New Year. Don't break over my zipper again, please. I have to talk to it. I want to trim that back down. I think it needs to be bigger in order so that it doesn't get stuck. But then once it's stitched, I'm like, there is no other need for you to be that big, so I trim it and get it out the way. Just got stitching on the other end. This is a pretty good size scrap. See, I'm cheap. Don't want to even throw away one piece of scrap. It's like, that could definitely be pieced into a string block or something. Putting the pockets on now. This is our last stitch. Put the pockets down and tape them. Don't want to forget that part. I can pull this off, the pins out. And this piece of tape on the tip of my finger. Shape color ruler, I have to look into that. They have shape cutter rulers or by June Taylor, and then GE Designs also have one that's very similar. I'm just blocking what it's called, but I have that one too. It is made a lot better, but you're gonna pay a whole lot more money for it. But I do like it. And she has additional markings that the shape cut doesn't have. But both of them are good. I started with shape cut. So it's 10:02, so I got 2 of them done. I got one more front to make, but I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to cut this off so I don't continue. Let's go to, I have to park my frame. Okay. So we're not going to sew anymore. I'm just going to take this apart and it'll be ready the next time I come in. So I definitely want all the tape out of the inside line. On the outside line, I'm not so worried about because it's going to stitch inside a little bit, so the outside doesn't matter, but I want to make sure that when it stitches that it's not going to have any of that tape showing in that stitching line. All right. It did not do a great job on this piece, ripping at the seam line. All right, so we can take this one out. And then tear this interfacing so I don't forget tomorrow. And clip it all back together. A lot of people are saying Happy New Year. Well, the same people. I thought it had moved. Yes, Benita, I'm talking about the Stripology ruler. Thank you. Because I just use stuff. I don't be worrying about the name after I've talked about it. And I just know that I got it, you know. Side can go in the trash. Alright, 2 more pieces of tearaway to get off of here. I don't leave the tearaway stabilizer in. On the second hooping, you use cutaway. I do cut the cutaway out of the seam allowance, but after that, I don't tear it all out. I just let it stay. Okay. So, this is our next bag. This is the inside of the zipper pocket. And then this is going to be the front part of this bag. So it's ready for its second hooping. I just put everything back together. Put some clips back on it so I know what goes with what. And we have one more front to make, and then I assembly line all the backs after I do all my fronts. Do the outside cover. So this is the inside cover that I'm stitching, and then where the label is the outside of the wallet. So it is taking Jersey's place. Needs your attention, laughing out loud. That's for Minnie. Ann says, gotta skedaddle and finish the quote on the long arm. Good night, everybody, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Kim Moore says, Happy New Year tea and all. Here's to more quilting and chatting in 2024. So thank you, everybody. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you, again, have a very more prosperous than you did in 2023 and 2024. So have a great day tomorrow. Again, I'm going to be just chilling. I'm hoping nobody calls me and needs my assistance. I'm going to prop my little feet up. But you all have a great time. Be safe. Stay blessed. And quilt out, everybody. And my brother's popped in to say goodnight. That's the only time he chat, when he come in and when he leaves. Bye.